Guys, thank you for being here today on this update. As we promised you on the live stream with all the donation handovers, today was going to be the day where Zhenya breaks down Kursk and why it is so important. He's going to give you 7 or 8 reasons why Kursk is so important for Ukraine, especially when we're hearing all this mumbo jumbo out there, discussions, negotiations. Let me tell you something. There's nothing going on. Nobody has a plan. Trump doesn't have a plan, and there's a hellish war. And thank the Ukrainian soldiers for that invasion in Kursk, because it's saving their bacon right now and showing the world how weak Russia truly is. So without further ado, here's Zhenya, and he's going to tell you why Kursk is so important.
Okay, friends, it's important now, one more time, to understand why the Kursk operation is so important for us. The Ukraine and Ukrainians who are fighting for our sovereignty against of Russian aggression, Russian occupation, full invasion time. We never tried it before. We never tried and we never wanted any piece of Russians or other countries' territory during all 30 plus years of Ukrainian sovereignty. And so think about that, and you may check all of that, and if you will leave a comment, we'll try to answer it and check it. Thank you and appreciate it. So one thing, our let's say intelligence got some information about Putin's plan, and in the proper time taking that territory and opening that, let's say, new front line for Ukraine and for Russia. It was like preventive measure against of occupation by Russia and new territories of Ukraine. And approximately, by different analysts' information, it saved us at least or about 2 million people being occupied. And the northern territories like Sumy, that area. The next one, Kursk, it was a destruction of, I would say, sacral myths of Russia about Putin's red line. We have a lot of jokes in Ukraine. Oh, it was a red line, then probably this one is already brown line. Okay, which color is it? Because they were giving and all the world threatening with a new red line and more red line and very, very red line, and then almost black and almost everything but red line. So it's proved that it's just a myth about Putin's red line and Russia as a nuclear power untouchable. Like, and yeah, we have no nuclear yet. And Russia was a #1 threat to the world. Oh, we can launch it, we can dust any country, blah 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 blah. And so, second reason, and all the world now sees reality. What cost? What is the real price of all of those threats? Then it was important transfer of a war to enemy territory. It's what Israel does regularly, moving the war on the territory of enemy. By this, saving own country, saving a lot of lives. And now, beside of that, it was a withdrawal, a large number of troops to another section of the front line, which Russia is different, let's say different opinions on that, but it can be like 60,000 soldiers there, about that, more or less, I don't know. Okay, the next one, for inside, let's say, for Russia, what was the political victory for Ukraine in that situation? The Russians were so like inside the country. They were thinking, and every time, oh, Russia is untouchable. We are the overpower. We are the overpower. Nobody can touch. We can destroy anyone. Russia has no borders. And now, 6 months plus, Russian citizens are realizing that Russia cannot get back with all the promises, Kadyrov guys, Putin, all the commanders and generals. all the guarantees, or will get, it will be easy, just a month, maybe a couple of weeks. Now it's already 6 months. Let's say second army of the world cannot get, that part of territory back. And inside the Russia, Russian citizens starting to ask each other, at least maybe now, as the same time as in the Soviet Union, maybe in the kitchens, they're asking, okay, are we really so strong? Are really our commanders and presidents, everything saying is exactly what he means, and we're really able? The next one, North Koreans. One time, it's one more proof that Russia couldn't say it without them. One side, the other thing, the Kursk operation showed the North Korean it's not just a local conflict, it's a war. And territory of Russia were occupied by the country who are in defensive position. They had to do a counteroffensive and protect Sumy from leveling it. Surely it's still there, but at this moment, Russian citizens they experiencing what Russia were doing in Mariupol. They leveling now by Russian bombs own city around the Suja, and Russians see it. They see it, and it's much better for them to destroy their own cities, showing their nature that destroying Ukrainian cities. It could be Sumy or other. And the Koreans showed that it's international. It's much wider than just the two countries. And it showed one more time the weakness of international society, because it's a two army fighting against the Ukrainians. Then, destruction of enemy equipment in this operation. Over 130 tanks on the Kursk area destroyed, Russian tanks. And in total, armored and not armored vehicles, I mean the Russian, about 1,800 destroyed there, just there. One plane and a couple helicopters, it's good. Then one more proof that Russian troops do not care about civilians. They destroyed their civilians, Ukrainian civilians, they don't care. And you probably have seen that situation with the orphan school, and they threw a bomb there on own citizens. And one more confirmation that Russia and its authorities cannot act according to their own laws, meaning their law about defense law saying, and it's imperative way form, that in case of aggression of other country, they have to declare war. And you may check if I'm right or wrong. Please check it. And it seems to me it's Article 18, the law of defense law of Russia, Russian Federation. So, and nobody declared a war. Ukrainian regulation saying we can proclaim and declare war. Russia is saying they have to. Check it, please. And if I'm wrong, please fix it with the comments. And they didn't declare war, and there is a war, and on the Russian territory as well. And it's so vital for us, and I mean vital, saving lives. We want to save, and if we would be able, we would move that border all over Russian territory. We don't want to, for our kids, our guys, our grandmothers, fathers would be killed by Russians. So, and we stand strong, and there is a fight there. Nobody wants Russian territory or other ones, but we need to stop this war, and we will do everything for that. And that is update about the Kursk. What is important, and thank you for your comments, thank you for your liking, for the likes, for the subscribing to this channel, and thank you for your help.